Yo, I want to give a rest in peace to Takeoff, man. As we know, he lost his life, and shout out to Migos. I was watching the Grammys. First of all, did y'all watch the Grammys? You caught the Grammys?
Nah, we was shooting.
Did y'all see that hip hop?
We saw the God did joint.
Oh, y'all didn't see the hip hop thing, the tribute they did?
No, not yet.
For the 50. Oh, it's kind of fire. You gotta check it out. It's kind of fire. But I seen a clip backstage where they have Takeoff and Offset arguing, and they saying that.
Well, they not. In that clip, you just hear Cardi.
I know, but what they saying is
that's what they say.
Quavo was stopping homie from being part of the tribute because they was beefing before he died. They wasn't even talking. They was beefing. You remember they did the album with just them two? Like, is we just two Migos now? Yeah. Like,
I don't know what exactly is going on with them, but I think, how many times you've been to a funeral, you saw somebody that y'all wasn't necessarily on the right page, but that mutual love that you got for that person, you kind of just dead that shit right there. You just gotta learn to let certain shit go, man. Like it's not worth it holding on to it. You know what I mean? You guys built this thing together, and you lost one of the homies, lost family, blood, somebody that collectively you guys changed the course of your family.
Facts.
Your future generations. Like some things just not worth holding on to.
You're right. This is more of a time to come together and get closer. Because you see how
I don't know if they're actually beefing because Offset actually put up a tweet saying I would never be beefing with my brother. Like, why y'all even saying this?
Right.
And the only thing that you can hear in that clip is Cardi's voice. Yeah. You don't know who she talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. This is that internet shit where they
create the story.
Yeah.
Like somebody saw that. Somebody got that little piece and said, what if it was?
Yep, it made it.
You know what I mean?
And wrote a story around it.
Let's just put it out like that.
It's another thing about journalism. Yeah. Like, you got to be tricky. Like you said, when you get into situations with certain artists who may have a problem with another guy, and you don't want to get in the middle of it. Because I seen a thing where Nori said he wouldn't interview Cuban Link. And I think somebody said, no, Math reiterated that. Like, I wouldn't interview Cuban.
I reiterated it because, and Cuban's been saying, he's been vocal about this, but it's just certain things. I don't even want to be labeled as a journalist. Honestly, when you hear the word journalism, it sounds like some sort of religion where you gotta sacrifice everything for the story. Yeah. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to be the sacrifice everything for the story. That's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, if you got Cuban Link up on your platform and he start talking crazy about Joe, yeah, it might do numbers, but is it gonna be accurate? And he says he's not behind it, but just the amount of
the paperwork and all that shit.
The amount of dislike that you have for this man, you compromised your own integrity by putting this shit out. So and then finding out, it's fake, and then you got to retract it. But that shit wouldn't have happened if you didn't feel like you weren't so antsy to have something on this guy.
Talk about.
You think what I'm saying?
So let me ask you.
And that's what journalism is. That's what that is.
That's what journalism.
Being thirsty for that. Yo, what? Oh yeah. So what? It's written in crayon. It's paperwork, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna put this out today, Or I heard Cardi was yelling at somebody. What if it's let's say it's Quavo. I'm not doing that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's that. Nah,
messy.
That's messy.
Bullshit. Yeah.
It's messy. Yeah. It's messy, and as much as I love Pun and Cuban and their earlier projects and the songs that they had and their flow, because their flows was almost identical in the beginning.
Fact.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to make that right first before I do that, because I would hate for you to come on my platform and say some other shit that's not true. And then I got to deal with this.
So do you regret?
You know what I'm saying?
Is there any interviews you regret doing? Like, I wish I wouldn't even did that shit. He laughing.
Why you laughing?
Yeah.
Why you laughing? Champ, which one?
There ain't none. There ain't none.
There ain't none, right?
There ain't none?
There ain't none.
It's all
There ain't
for the
none.
people. So
Oh, but yeah.
Yeah, it's all for the people. It's all for the people. There it is. There it is.
Facts. So speaking of interviews and journalism, we're gonna wrap this up. But I like watching Gilly and Wallow. I enjoy all y'all, by the way. That's the reason why I'm like, the only way I do the podcasting is if I get a situation that's extremely special.
Right.
And being able to sit here with my brother, you know what I mean, a legend, a guy who I grew up listening up to, who, like, I remember hitting from the back. I'm in Poetical Prophet. I'm a hip hop nigga.
Poetical
Prophet. Like you never did that bitch again. Matter of fact, shut the fuck up, turn around. I'm still got more to sit there.
By the way,
like I'm a hip.
what y'all name the show?
Nothing is off the record.
Nothing is off the record.
Shout out to Academics because we spoke about it.
I thought y'all went with Poetical Prophet.
He's an ass. That was my first choice. That was my first choice. I was gonna fuck him up. You know, but we went with nothing's off the record.
This nigga said Poetical Prophet. That's legendary hip hop shit.
I'm never gonna let that one down.
So I like, bro, that shit is fantastic. Niggas had the sickle.
Right.
Remember the sickle? Niggas had the sickles.
Right.
Like the Grim Reaper. They both had the Grim Reaper.
With the gloves on.
With the gloves and shit.
Yeah, we was wild.
Niggas was figuring it out though. Niggas was figuring it out.